places where the map ends and the unknown begins, where shadows whisper and the truth hides in plain sight. Welcome to Agents of the Unexplained, the broadcast for those who seek what others fear to find. Here is your host, Bill Rigby.
Bill Rigby leads the way into the strange. Whispers in the static, truth inside.
Well, hello. We are here again. And tonight, it's going to be a good show. I know it's usually Wednesday night, but I did this one for a reason. It's January. It's cold out, usually. It's raining, usually. But what we're going to do is bring a good friend of mine. I got a lot of respect for him. He has been in boots on the ground, been crazy guy like that. And yes, I'm trying to get my phone up because I forgot to bring it up. And it ain't working. So the heck with it. I'm going to. Now what is it? It ain't doing what it's supposed to be doing. All right, here we go. There. Now it's doing it. Shoot me. But anyhow, here's the thing. We're going to discuss evidence. As soon as I find my paper, it's right in front of me. And, or some evidence, different things with evidence, stuff like that. You know, and like I said, this person had been boots on the ground day one. You know, he's a woodsman, hunter. He researches all the time. And him and his girlfriend both are out there all the time. So let me bring them in. It's Shane and Jessica. Hi, guys.
Hey, how we doing tonight, Bill?
I'm off my game plan. I didn't get my phone to come up right. But anyhow, we got several topics that we like to go over, but before we do that, a very important question for both of you.
All right.
Tell everyone who you are for the ones that don't know you.
You want to start us off there?
Hi, I'm Jessica Womack. I grew up in Guernsey County. I lived right behind Salt Fork, always in the woods, and I started researching Bigfoot about 5 years ago.
I'm Shane Spencer, been here in Coshocton County, going on 9 years. Always been into Bigfoot since I was young, but I didn't get hardcore till I got with Taters here. It's going on probably 8 years. And what I mean by hardcore, I was out in the woods all the time, just learning as much as I could and reading on it, but mainly out in the woods and being with what I call respectable Bigfooters, people that had integrity and their research was believable. And so it's evolved from there. We got our own Facebook site now called Woodbury, Ohio Bigfoot. A lot of good people in it.
I'm a member of that group.
Do you? Yeah, it's not stowed away under the counter yet. So it's still up and running.
He's been trying to hide it from me.
Yeah.
But, and, a lot of people say boots on the ground. But I can really attest that you really are. There's plenty of videos to prove it. Falling down hills.
Oh, yeah.
But truthfully, and I got a lot of respect for how you research and the different things you do when you're researching.
I appreciate that.
So kind of explain that, some of the stuff you do.
Well, depending if we're going out for like a daytime hike, looking for evidence. And that would be something that I would try to get to the most remote spot possible, like at Woodbury or Wills Creek or Tri Valley, Mohegan, where, few humans go. In Ohio, it's not, we don't have millions of acres like we do out west, but sometimes you get back in a couple miles and you had a couple hills and a couple briar patches and a couple swamps to get through. Not too many people's going back in there, and that's where I try to.
A couple swamps?
Yeah, nothing over knee deep. So, but that's the idea. Try to get a point of interest on a map that's potentially, just to the remotest place I can get to, where I would want to hang out if I was a Bigfoot and not be seen. So that's pretty much where the days go.
And some of those videos, some of the places you ended up, even when you was out there with Mike, I'm thinking, these guys are nuts.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've been accused of numerous things, which I'm guilty of none of them, like people falling down high walls, getting stuck in the mud.
Up to the knee.
To the knee.
I heard you pushed her into the mud.
Well, I covered up my black eye pretty good. So
good. But seriously, let's cover. Here's one of the things you'd like to cover, and I'm not talking your backside. Eye shine.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I was going to let Jessica take off with that. She's been doing we've been also writing a book, and I have learned so much off of the studies that we've been doing, writing this book, using the internet, as a resource and getting the facts, Googling some things. And it's just epic. Some of the research she has found on eye shine that totally blew my mind.
All right. She's doing the research. You and Google don't get along, do you?
I just make the coffee, but she's got some amazing facts that you just have to listen. It really blew my mind. So,
all right, Jess, it's on you, hon.
Thanks. All right, so the first thing I want to talk about is how can we tell what the eye shine is coming from, or where it's coming from, or who it is, whatever. The reflection of the light source determines what color the reflection could be. There's the age plays a factor in the different colors of eye shine. Like a cat, for instance, whenever they're babies, their eye shine is blue, and then as they get older, it goes to yellow and green. Bears they're known to have a red eye shine. So there's studies showing that bears, as they get older, their eye shine is a darker red. Let's see what else. Oh, so the red eye shine is known for nocturnal animals like possums and bears and whatever other nocturnal. It helps them see at night. What else did we talk about?
What I found amazing is that the wildlife could actually change color of eye shine, because there's so many multiple reports of Bigfoots having different color eye shine. And with her study, she's finding that the same animal, depending on the light conditions, you say?
Yeah, the way the angle of the light reflecting on the eye.
And the age.
Which makes difference too. And the angle and everything. But the thing is, what people don't realize, some of these smaller animals do climb trees. Raccoons, porcupines, even possum. And they're seeing eye shine up high Are they sure it's a Bigfoot?
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, there's a lot of mistaken identity for what people think is eye shine. Like hunters put those little reflector things on trees so they're going. Those little the utility boxes that are on the ground have reflectors on
Yeah.
them. Phone poles do. But
I'm laughing about the hunter's reflectors
Okay.
because it's salt fork.
they're everywhere.
Several of us went up that one night. I'm trying to think. I can't remember exactly which knob it was that, but everyone's off to this side over here. Well, a couple of us went that way across the road, and we see an eye shine down over the hill.
Okay.
And you're hearing different noise down that way. Everyone's getting worried about going. Oh, hell with this. I'm going. I start walking down, and I hear something bipedal to my left. To the road, it's the right, on the right side of me. Okay. And I'm inside the woods 25 feet. And I'm walking down, and I still hear something bipedal moving with me.
Uh-oh.
Gwen Purcell was there. She goes, Bill, get out of there. There's something walking with you. I go, I heard it, but no. It's a little ways from me. I'm close to the road, man. I can get out of the woods quick and fly down that road. So I keep walking. I'm getting down. I keep shining the light, and I'm walking. Of course, my light going up and down from walking, and that eye keeps going in and out. I'm like, it's only one eye, though. Where's the other eye? Is it hiding behind that tree down there?
Yeah.
It's a damn hunter's reflector button. But whatever was walking beside me, might as say, on the side of me there, you heard it turn and go farther in. I'm like, okay, that's good. So, yeah, those reflect. You're right. Hunter's reflectors. There's piece of metal. You don't know what's reflecting back at you.
No, that's happened to me on multiple times.
Another thing is the moon shining through the trees.
Yeah.
And you only see little pieces of the moon. Or like a light or from a house off in the distance, or like you were talking about another animal up in the tree on a branch 8 foot tall. And
yep. And when that happens, you got to try to remember the width of the eyes apart.
Mm-hmm.
With a Bigfoot, they're wider than a human's eyes apart. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. A possum, even a raccoon, is narrower than human eyes. So,
yeah, they are. Yeah, she's actually got some of the measurements of the skull width of. You got some of the measurements there.
Yeah, like an owl, their skull width is only 2.5 inches, so their eyes are going to be pretty close together. A deer, their eyes are 6 inches apart, and the same with a bear. So, if we think about how big of a Bigfoot's head is, it's bigger than a bear's head. So,
yep.
Yeah,
eyes are probably going to be a lot wider apart. And how high it's off the ground. It's like if people say, oh, is a deer standing on their back leg? Well, a deer's not going to be walking around on its back legs, obviously, and they only stand 7 foot tall whenever they're on their back legs. The same with a bear. A bear only stands 6 foot tall.
Most. I did see one that could stand about 7 foot tall, but that was an big old boar.
Yeah.
But she was kind of fat too.
Yeah, and Jay come up with a way to sort of proven, I let her explain about the recreation of the. Say you get something on thermal or night vision, night shine, and it goes away, and I let her
Mhm.
take it from there.
Yeah, to determine what it was, whenever you're there and you see it, go out there and take pictures. Use your flash so you know exactly where you are, so you can go back the next day or whenever in the daytime and take measurements and see what it possibly could be. And look around for other evidence like tracks or whatnot, and scat or hair or whatever. Look around the area and see what it could possibly be.
Yeah, it definitely, like after my sighting there at Salt Fork, went down the next day and to measure up on that tree, see how tall it was, plus look for tracks or whatever we could find. Um, Found some impressions, but nothing you could cast around that tree because it was knelt down,
Yeah,
leaning in, looking at me. So, yeah, you got to go back the next day and check it out. And something Mary Fabian has said right along. Uh, if you get a picture or something you think is a Bigfoot, go back the next day about the same time, so the lighting's about the same, and take another picture of the same area
there you
and
go.
see if that thing is there or it could have possibly been a Bigfoot. That is good. But when you got other witnesses and they seen it move and walk away, you don't have to go back. You got the backup of your proof.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but you're right, Jess. You go back, check it out.
Because you can find other evidence too, even though
Yes.
If you're convinced enough it's a Bigfoot, you go back, then
that would be a hot spot to keep going back.
yeah.
Everybody goes back to that spot where I had my sighting. Shane, you've been there. I took
Yeah,
you back there.
yeah, you actually took me there and showed me.
Yeah. And yeah, and it's not that far from the camp area.
No, not at all.
And that's what really freaked me out.
Yeah, just coming in checking you out.
Yep. And that's what they were doing. And I know there was another one to the left side, not just on that right side, but to the left side. Just by those stones coming up from the left. I thought it was someone at camp trying to mess with us. But it wasn't. It definitely wasn't.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't me messing with you. You know how I like pranking people. It wasn't me. I wasn't there. So I'm good.
No, it definitely wasn't you because we really didn't get to know each other about that time.
Yeah.
It was right after that.
Yeah, it was.
But yeah, we're definitely okay, Jess. I'm sorry, I keep interrupting.
That's all I gotta say about that.
Okay, Forrest. That just popped in my head. I'm sorry.
That sounds good. One.
That was the point.
Oh, yeah, I knew it was going to be a fun night. All right. Now, something you said to me, Shane, about daytime, nighttime sightings.
Okay. Well, as far as sightings, or I was thinking,
Locations.
yeah, locations.
Locations.
Yeah, I was thinking more there again on our day hikes. I try to get to the place where most humans won't go, or what we call the daytime hangout spots. That's where Bigfoot's going to stay. He feels pretty secure. He ain't having a guy walking to the lake to fish. He's not having a mountain bike trail right there. Usually the woods are pretty dead at Woodbury after spring turkey season, mushroom season.
Yeah.
The woods there are pretty dead till the fall. So except for the few anglers that go out during the summer and But most of them guys are going to the ones that's closest to the road. So anyway, so I always look. I used to try to pattern the Bigfoots at Woodbury. It was a years, like 3 or 4 year thing that we had going on. But then the logging came in, the clear cutting of hundreds of acres, and that just, cut the patterning right out. So I had another thought, and that was coming up with where, if I was a Bigfoot and I wanted to stay away from you and me, where would I go? So I started getting out my topography maps and looking and trying to find the high walls, the steepest hills, the bogs, place that humans don't want to go. And I started my research there. I tried to stay low most of the time because, you're not going to find tracks up on the hilltops. Right. Most of the time, the hilltops are dry. So I try to stay at the bottom, where this ground's going to be softer, and it's going to be actually more food supply because all the heavy rains over hundreds of years washes all the topsoil down to the bottom. So the better topsoil you got, the better nutrients and minerals you're going to have in the vegetation for the wildlife, including a Bigfoot, to eat. So I started focusing on the daytime spots, and when I did that, it sort of developed into, if I was a Bigfoot and I was hanging out there during the day, say a certain spot on the map, and that don't just come from picking a spot on the map. You got to hike it because there might be 3 or 4 different possibilities.
Right.
So I started doing that.
Well, before I elaborate something on that, Johnny Freeman's out there. Blue Tracker's out here.
Hey.
And he had eye shine about 12 years ago with a friend of his. Seen it 10 feet in front of them. There in Ohio. Yeah, there in Ohio. We both froze and watched it from a few minutes. It was midnight and darkness. After that, it had a sound of running away from us. Track. Okay, Blue. About how tall was that in your estimation? And when he goes to answer that, the clear cut area. They got a lot of treetops down. Am I right?
Yeah, you're right.
Okay. What lives under the treetops?
Well, a lot of time it'll grow up with briars, and you'll have a lot of
no
rabbit,
animal-wise, rabbit, squirrel,
coons, possum,
food source.
True.
And I've been thinking about that the last couple of years, hearing about clear cuts and that. And I know you get all those treetops.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, most of the time. Yeah.
Blue says about 8 foot because he's 5'11". Yeah, you are. You're about the same height as me, Blue. 8 foot.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a good size one.
Yeah, really.
So what color eyes was it, Blue? There's something you can help record with there, Jess, for your eye shine.
Yeah.
But the thing is that, and it makes good cover for them too. Camouflage covering for a Bigfoot, those tops.
Yeah, especially if they're, like I'm finding at Woodbury, they're on all fours a lot. So, the tunnels that I've been finding through the briars and just the small tree areas, they're like as big as you can drive a Volkswagen through. So when we know a deer don't make a trail that big. So, yeah, I found that a lot of evidence that they're on all fours. And one of my sightings, it was on all fours when it ran off. And we've even found this spring, I've got video I put on the Woodbury of what it looked like foot tracks and knuckles, multiple.
Yeah.
So it's very featured.
That first camp out I had there at Salt Fork that I put on, a young gentleman came with his in-laws to go camping, just to camp. because he loves camping and he was going fishing and hiking. And he walked down the trail with his one friend, and they come flying back up and says, "We found some kind of print down there. We can't figure it out." Well, there's a gentleman from Central PA that's a researcher, and I sent him down with them. He took a picture of it and come back up, and he says, "Bill, this is what it looks like." I went, "Man, that looks kind of weird." I said, "You guys going casting?" He says, "Yeah, I gave the kids some casting material, told them how to do it, and they're casting it." And I told them, "Leave it sit till tomorrow." Knuckle prints, a Bigfoot knuckle print. My hand's a pretty good size.
Yeah.
And it dwarfed my hand. I'll tell you that right now. And Blue said the eye shine was yellow and then went green.
Oh, wow. Maybe it turned its head into some different kind of light source. Or
Yeah.
just talking about. Yeah, it makes
Yep.
perfect sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I give that to her
Yeah.
since
Good.
she's the researcher.
I like the lanterns and make the coffee. That's all I did.
But okay, now let's go with the daytime and nighttime again. Still.
Okay, so basically, I've determined, some potential areas where they're hanging out at day, or I've seen, evidence bedding areas, maybe some potential tracks, or ran across that wet dog smell. So then I look at the map and said, where can I set up at night the closest spot possible to their daytime hangout? Because a lot of times us as Bigfoot researchers, we call it a night at 12, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. And if we're 4 or 5 miles from their daytime hangout spots, they might not get there till 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yep.
So I've had a lot better success trying to find, instead of patterning the Bigfoot, is trying to figure out where their daytime spot is, where I can set up my nighttime spot as close as possible. Then you look on the map, is there a cornfield close to maybe a potential feeding area? Because there is reports of Bigfoots coming out of the corn. Blackberries, I can give you an example. One of our spots, it was epic stuff going on. My daughter's seen a hand. I know that sounds impossible, but if I would take you to the spot and recreate it, actually recreated it with Robert Swan. And he said, yeah, I can believe that. It makes perfectly sense that she just seen the hand. So we would have never known that unless we recreated that hand that my daughter had seen, and trees shaking and stuff coming in like a bulldozer at some of our bait traps. And so with the nighttime setups, you're basically trying to get a Bigfoot as early as you can close to you. And one thing we do is put out bait traps. And when I say bait traps, that's just, we make it like a teepee structure, put some bait on top of it, smoked oysters, clams, chicken, whatever. Smoked ham works really good too. And put a trail camera on. But we try to put that trail camera where the IR light, I've got one IR blocker camera, I need to get more, it's facing the opposite way where the Bigfoot don't see it coming in. Or the plan this year is to get the crow decoys out with the motion detectors, and get them up 20 feet in the tree and have them angled down towards some of our bait traps. Because bait traps do work. Do they work all the time? No, but if you look at the history of wildlife hunting, foxes, coyotes, deer, people use scents. Animals are going to food.
All right. Before I read what Tracker said about the other eye shine, you said put the camera about 20 feet up in the air in an angle.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait a minute. I've been saying that for about 4 to 5 years now.
Oh, have you?
Yes. I said, quit putting it down 5 to 8 feet high, shooting straight out.
Exactly.
Quit that.
Mm-hmm.
Put it up in the tree. Get it to angle down in an angle.
Yeah.
And go that route.
Yeah, and it's easy to do. You just find a 15, 20 foot limb, It's about this big around. Tie your camera on it, then get the dead limb, prop it up against another tree, and you keep jostling it until it eventually get the right angle.
Yep.
And what looks up? I mean, unless you're squirrel hunting or duck hunting, you know what? I don't look up in the woods. I get a stiff neck if I did that. Plus, I trip over the logs I didn't see.
Yeah.
So, and most of us look at eye level. So if a Bigfoot's 8 foot tall, he's not going to be looking up 20 feet. Especially if you
No.
got a pine tree, then it's really
Yes.
watched.
Yep. All right. The other eye shine tracker scene was at Salt Fork at the cave area. Hozak Cave. At 4 a.m., there were green eye shine looking at us there a few years ago, he said.
Oh, wow.
So
It seems to be a popular spot for Bigfoot hangouts.
yeah. Hozak, yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's a family pod there.
I wouldn't doubt it. Yeah, many reports come from that area.
Yeah, from the reports I've gotten out of there, different ones, I believe so. And you know, a tracker. I did post on my Facebook page Sotheby's camp out dates today. They got them all marked, so you know. Okay. Now, with your bait traps, do you hang strings down with double-sided tape?
I've did that before for like hair traps. I haven't recently did that, but with the bait traps, it's basically you got the TP structure up, and you just put the bait on top of it. And one thing you could do, you know, you think a Bigfoot would come over to the bait trap that's 4 feet high and grab whatever on top and take off. But if it was a coon, we put it in such a way that it would knock the whole thing over, you know, before it would get up to the bait. And that's how you can sort of determine if it was a coon getting into it, or, you know, what else. Something's going to knock it down if it climbs it. So, but if a Bigfoot would reach and just grab the liver, or which I haven't had really good luck with the deer liver. I tried that. I know there was reports of deer missing just their liver. That to me is a seasonal thing, because I've tried liver multiple times, even on some active nights, and I've never had no luck with deer liver. But there's a list of different baits I've tried over the years, but seemed like smoked ham, smoked, and I don't know why they like smoked meat. Smoked oysters. Is
So they're
something.
getting tired of uncooked meat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tracker just said something too. In his opinion, trail cams don't work at times. The Bigfoot moves them. He had one at 7 foot in the tree and got moved. That's why I say 20 feet up, Tracker. That's there. They get moved, they get hit, they avoid them. I don't believe we should ever have a trail cam put out, and we're from 5 to 8 feet high.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm lazy and I do that anyway, but
yeah.
Yeah.
Tracker, February 4th. If that date's good for you, he wants to be on the show.
Nice.
If that date's good for you, I'll mark you in. If not, it'll be a February 18th. Those are my 2 open dates next month. Yes, okay, you got it. I'm putting blue on. Now, there's going to be a lot of evidence. That's another one.
And another thing, Bill, when we was set up, we was having tremendous activity this year at a certain spot. For $500, anybody wants to go with me, I'll join you right in.
Where's this at?
It's in the United States. But
You know I had to do that one, brother.
well, yeah.
You knew I had to do that one.
But this went on for a good 3 or 4 weeks, and it just dried up. I went 5 times. The next 5 times, nothing. And I finally figured it out. The blackberries were in season. So the Bigfoots that were down there at the lower elevations, there was no blackberries in that area. They went up to the top elevations, some of the fields that was loaded with blackberries. That's the only thing I could figure out, that they went to the blackberries.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah, they're following the food source.
Yeah.
It dried up. They were moving on. And you got to take that in consideration. Like the one area here, springtime's the best time, and late fall, right before hunting season. It's the best time to get in there to find activity. The rest of the time, it's very hit and miss.
Yeah. I found that out with Woodbury at certain spots too. Yeah. Oh, another thing Jay needs to talk about is her Bigfoot calendar, that big desk calendar.
Oh, right.
Yeah, you got to talk about that. This idea right here will blow your mind. I loved it.
All right, so we thought of this idea. We did.
I helped a little.
But get like one of those big desk calendars and mark down all your notes about where you went on that date, what time, what happened. So you can keep track of that. Because if you keep going back to the same spot and you don't have any activity, what's the point? So you can just look back and even the following year.
Yeah, you keep track of what's going on at what time there and the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, because when you go out so much, you can't keep track of where you were and what.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you got to go
Hi,
through
Virginia. I'm sorry I didn't say it.
Yeah, if you got to go through a notebook, it takes forever. But if you got it on a big desk calendar, hey, July 22nd, I was here at County Road 58 at Woodbury, and we had a potential whoop and a wood dock. That's worth going back to the next year.
And Johnny Freeman says, yes, keep a ledger. They're talking about a big desk calendar, like you lay on your desk.
Yeah.
Which is great because you can, instead of ripping the pages off, you can just use it like a book.
Yeah.
And you got a big enough spot for that fill everything in pretty much.
Then you come to August and you say, hey, August 2025, we had good activity right here at this spot. We better go back here in 2026.
Yep.
And that's been proven. Me and Mike has proved that at a certain spot for $500. I'd probably take you to, but we proved it because Mike
had $110.
Sold. Yeah, we have proved that theory, and it does work. Even at the old place that I lived on 60, the Bigfoot activities, like you just said, certain times a year, they're in certain areas, they're following the food. So, but that calendar was a great idea. I mean, she's going to buy me one for my second birthday.
I ain't touching that with a 10-foot pole. All right, hang on a second. I got to do something here. Folks, I want to recognize a friend of mine's business. He does a great job. Theta Wave Blue Media. He does a lot of, my grandson's yelling in the other room. He's probably getting mad at his brother. But anyhow, he helps you with your everything. Your medias, the whole 9 yards. You need to get a hold of him. Theta Wave Blue Media. His name's Norm. He will help you out, keep you hopping, and coming September 26th and 27th, the Western PA. Yeah, I'm tongue-tied thanks to Jessica. Western PA Cryptid and Supernatural Expo in Johnstown. I am the new host this year. We
Awesome.
are. We got 8 speakers covering everything. That includes Christina Bloom, who's a psychic. We got the one and only, the supercalifragilistic. Oh, I mean, Dave Tater Wickham. He got one hell of a presentation he's going to be putting on. You know, I just can't wait for his. I really can't. Somebody's going to have to be sitting at my table. And okay. Don't yell at me. I'm probably going to have to put my glasses on. I got Robert Solomon. He talks about giants.
Cool.
Are they Bigfoot? Are they giants? But believe me, this young man, covers everything. We got Brian Fuller coming in from New Jersey, Maryland, New Jersey. He's a Bigfooter and paranormal. We got Ed Kellerman. Ed's a paranormal researcher, and he has several books out. They're well worth reading. He documents everything and he put it in the books.
Wow.
Dan Hagman, UFOs, aliens. We got the Doss House ladies coming. Mary Fabian. There's 8 speakers. We got some special guests coming. And one, she told me tonight, she's definitely coming. Now, she's a cryptozoologist. Does sea monsters. None other than Katie Elizabeth. She will be up. She told me she's definitely coming. So I'm looking forward to that one.
Nice.
Yes, and we got a couple other special guests coming. And Johnny Freeman says, document everything. Believe me, you don't have to tell Shane that.
Hey, Johnny.
Yeah, he is.
I've gained 10 pounds since you've been sending me pictures of all the food you've been cooking. He's been sending me pictures of everything he eats, and I tell you what, I'm ready to move in with him.
Yeah, I get him too. You're not the only one.
Yeah, he's got me drooping times.
The banana nut bread really looked good.
I tell you, yeah, I've been thinking about tonight. I go for coffee.
Yes. Okay, I want to touch base on this one. We got 2 more things to go through, but this one I really want to touch base on because I told you and me's going to get in a good discussion on this one.
Uh-oh.
Tangible evidence.
There you go.
Tangible evidence. Let's hear your theory.
Okay.
And I'm going to nail you to the wall on it.
Oh, I deserve it. So I think I know when somebody goes out Bigfooting, if they don't take anything to get tangible evidence, as far as audio, night vision, flare, got your audio running, all you're going to come back with a story.
Yeah.
That's not going to help. I know most of us agree the only thing that's going to prove the existence of a Bigfoot is a body or some skeleton or something. But still, if we get enough evidence, not just from one group, but from all the groups working together, we might convince somebody. But if we're fighting amongst ourselves and arguing and discrediting, and pretty soon, nobody's going to believe anybody. So
working together, heart be still.
Yeah, it's almost impossible, right? But that's the common goal. So, and that's what I try to do we try to do. I don't want to say I because it's a we thing. We go out Bigfoot. We try to get the cameras out, the audio's Sometimes we've got two audios running. Have the thermal on at all times and the night vision on at all times. Because if something happens, it's usually going to happen quick. If you have a Bigfoot coming into a bait trap, or like you, just being curious, what they've done around the campfire, by the time you grab your equipment and turn it on and get it up, 9 times out of 10, it's done going.
Yep.
So I'm thinking being ready, having extra batteries, be set up for success, even on day hikes. Have your casting. There's some things you can buy at Home Depot or Lowe's that I've used before. It's like in a quart jug that you can just add water to and mix up for a cast there. Have your audio running. I'm pretty much against GoPros on the hat, because if you ever recorded an hour of you hiking on a GoPro on your hat, all you get is this: your head moving, you're looking up, you're looking down. And if you get one on your chest or have a camcorder at the ready,
or one on your back even.
Yeah, I've heard of people doing that.
Yes,
would be a good one.
Kurt, I'm glad you brought this up. Kurt put collaboration over competition. I agree, but too many just stubborn people out there. A lot feel they have egos to maintain, when it should be about the research and comparing notes to find patterns. And that's what the hell I've been saying from day one.
For years, you've been saying that, Bill.
Yes.
Yeah, you have.
And I get so disgusted at seeing these people don't want to share or try to keep everything to themselves. Give me your information. Well, give me some of yours too. I'm willing to share.
Yeah.
Not. These egos got to quit.
Yeah,
I'll still share. I don't care.
Yeah, it's like the ideas with coming up with me and your thought that about putting the trail cams 20 feet up in the tree.
Yeah.
The baits that we've been using, I've been telling people this has worked and this don't work. So only thing I hide is what do I hide? The candy bars around the house. So that's the only thing I hide. So as far as Bigfooting research,
I thought you was going to say toilet paper, so she don't have any out there in the woods.
Don't give them any
Drip
idea.
dry, lady, drip dry. Oh shit! I just went down the wrong rabbit hole.
But yeah, I agree. And that's going to make your work more credible when you're out sharing. You're trying to hide everything. What's the point? Well, you get evidence and you're hiding it all. Keep it to yourself. Why go out at all?
Because they want to be the one to find them.
Yeah, if a stranger come up to me and said, "Shane, Jessica, where can I go at Woodbury in August to have a possible Bigfoot encounter or get evidence?" I would freely tell them one of my best spots. I'd say, go for it. If I'm not going to be there, go ahead and go for it.
Yeah. Anyone wants to know where I had my sighting at? I tell them exactly where. I don't care.
No, I don't either.
The only time I don't tell people where something happened at is if it's someone else's sighting and they're giving me the report and they don't want people to know.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I won't tell them. I won't tell them who the person is either. And a tracker puts this in. Here's a suggestion: while out camping in your site with a fire, have a camera and an audio in your tent. Camera in the tent out the screen window. It works.
Oh, wow. That's a good idea.
Yeah. I like that idea. That is a very good idea. I sleep in my vehicle.
Yeah, another thing we're going to set up is like a tablet, Bluetooth to your thermal or night vision. That way you can sit in your chair, watch your screen, have your thermal or night vision pointed at one of the bait traps or a possible trail, which way you think a Bigfoot would come in or previously have come in. That one spot that we last year, they all come in from the same way. Any action always comes from the left or right. So that was one idea. That way you're
at the group camp area, the upper left corner, they come in from over there. And I will say that for people to know. If you go to a group camping, you don't want to be that close to a Bigfoot. Don't camp in that corner.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, yeah, here you go. Now, Johnny, you're right. He tells everyone there is so much public land in PA. Go out and out where reports were at. He's right. There is. Just last fall, Ghost Town Trail up in Indiana, Cambria County, PA. A sighting was done. And that's public land. Use it.
Yeah. That's
Go
what it's,
investigate there. There is so much public land. But take a camera, take a voice recorder. You don't need a really good camera. Your phone can work.
yeah, exactly.
I got to get a better phone. I took pictures of my grandson's Christmas concert, and I'm looking at it, it's like, man, this phone was supposed to give good pictures, but it sucked. But, seriously, if able to, carry some casting material. You don't have to, but definitely have a tape measure.
Guilty here. I'm always guilty of leaving it home. David's always on to me about that. Oh, Jessica's
my grandsons got me fixed this Christmas. My two grandsons.
oh
They
yeah.
both got me a tape measure.
There you go.
I got 12 of them now. There's no excuse why I don't have one in the car, but I don't have one in the car yet.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's me. Yeah. But Jessica come up with a good idea also about you talking about the 35 millimeter camera.
What do you mean?
About your camera, taking it out when we're out researching, getting pictures of flood tracks, or if you're having a possible sighting or an encounter. Because if you got a 35 millimeter camera and you go get the picture developed, there's no way you can change that. You can't get, AI it. You can't mess with it in any way. So
Yeah.
we're looking at doing that. And she's got the big zoom on it where you
Telephoto lens.
telephoto lens.
Hmm.
So
Well, la-dee-da, Miss.
yeah, it's gone back to the old school. Yeah, it's gone back to the old school method.
Johnny goes too. In PA, go to Walmart Sporting Goods and buy the book on PA that has all the game land and federal land in PA. And you can do that in Ohio too.
Oh, yeah.
And Tracker says use dental stone for casting. That's kind of expensive.
Mm-hmm.
And some people are on limited income. So, go to Michael's or Hobby Lobby. Walmart used to sell plaster for casting for kids to use, but came in 4 1-pound things in a box. It's 4 pounds. Now they quit selling them at my Walmart. I don't know if they quit selling them at all of them.
Maybe get them online.
Amazon has.
Yeah. No, you got to buy a big bag and separate it. They don't have the 1-pound bags.
Oh,
1 pound's perfect.
is it?
8 ounces of water. That's all you need. 1 pound and 8 ounces.
Yeah.
But something else I found out, and I hate to give credit where credit's due, but your twin brother from another mother.
Mm-hmm.
I got false teeth tracker. Jeez. He ain't gonna get me that. You don't need them. You don't have, but no. Baby powder. Put it down in the track. Lightly coat it.
Chalk spray.
What spray?
chalk spray. You can buy it. It's no chemicals in it. It's just an aerosol can that usually about 8 ounces, 10 ounces. You just spray it right in your track, and it'll bring out all the highlights. It comes in yellow, green, red, blue. Seems like even white. Seems like the yellow and white work the best, but even the red works decent. So you can lay out a track line. You stay in one track, then you can lay out, hey, the Bigfoot stride, can be 5, 6 feet, or even 2 feet. Take for instance, if you're walking in the woods, mushroom hunting, you're not going to have a normal 3.5 foot human stride. You're going to have small steps. Hey, I don't want to step on this mushroom,
Yeah.
or squirrel hunting. So if you see Bigfoot tracks and they've not got a 5 or 6 feet stride, don't rule out a Bigfoot, because maybe he's just taking his time and just, maybe he's
Well,
hunting, taking small
that's the
steps.
thing. I found that trackway. Going to be 5 years now. Me and Brenda Sproul, and that son of a went for 100 yards.
Wow, that's a long one.
Yeah, it went for 100 yards. It came out of the woods way down that way, come up along the beach area, walked the beach up till it came to a bend where it could see the road. And it looked like it stayed there for a little bit, and then turned and came back into the woods over here.
Wow.
Then you lost the track going into the woods because the ground got harder.
Yeah.
And it's my first time at casting like a dummy, not taking consideration the reservoir's there. I mean, right there. I'm casting right here, and how wet under it all was. I didn't wait long enough to pull the casting out, and they just fell apart.
I've had that happen too, Bill.
And so I was so upset with myself, but people were saying, that's your first time. You learned something.
Yeah.
I'm an old dog. I don't want to learn. But yeah, I did learn. And Tracker says use hairspray in damp areas and sand. And Johnny goes, hairspray brings out the details, which it does.
Yeah, I've heard of that. I've never tried it. I've heard that.
Yeah, it does. I've seen where it's been used, and it did bring out more details, which is nice.
That's what I used on my.
Was it?
Yeah.
What, did you have the 80s band hair?
Yeah.
I went, yeah. But, with all honesty, when we do get these tangible evidence.
Yeah, that's what we need. Yeah, you got to be set up to get it too.
And a lot of people say, oh, that's fake. The print's 15 inches and it's 7.5 inch wide, and it's a 5.5 foot spread. It's fake.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
Johnny, you're right there too. Yes, it is hard carrying everything you might need, but you never go back carrying to get stuff either.
I got a cure for that. Just get you a good trail butler. Just get you a good trail butler. They'll take care of the briars out, the logs, the poison ivy, and then carry all your gear. You got to have a good trail butler if you're going out squatching.
No, I'm not going there. I'm not going there. I remember when you was the trail butler.
Yeah, I moved up the ladder. It was slow, but I did go up the ladder.
Now you got Jessica.
Now we're looking for a new trail butler. Applications.
Yeah. Yeah.
A 7-foot stride?
Wow.
That's a hell of a stride.
Yeah, there's.
It's a 14-inch with a 7-foot stride. He's been
Maybe he's running.
watching this for 7 years.
Yeah, maybe he was jogging, running, or just walking real fast. Wonder if you got a longer strike going downhill. I know you got a shorter strike going uphill. Going downhill, you'd probably have a longer strike.
Was
Yeah.
it flatland, uphill, downhill? It was going, Johnny. Because now I'm wondering. 7 foot is one hell of a stride. I feel my butthole to my what split wide open at 7 foot.
Yeah. Be doing the splits, yeah.
Wow. Every time you found it had at least 5 tracks. Okay. But 7 foot. Goddamn. That's yeah. I believe you, Johnny. I just want to know, was it going uphill, downhill, flatland? Ain't much flatland around there.
Mm.
No. He's right. He's over in the Chestnut Ridge area.
Oh, okay. And you know what? It takes a lot of work to get tangible evidence because you got to set everything up and you got to
Yeah.
be ready. If you're just sitting by the campfire drinking coffee and eating donuts and you don't have none of the gear out, and something comes along, you're just going to have a story that's with the other 1,000 stories. But if you have your audio running and your thermal set up and ready and night vision, and you can. That's the only way you're going to get tangible evidence. Have tangible equipment. So be set up for success.
Yeah, I got to get a trail butler.
I know one. I can loan him out. He works pretty cheap. You just feed him and he'll do it. Cuts all the briars, purdies the trail up for you so you don't get stuck or nothing. Wipes your shoes.
You're so full of shit. Actually, he says on the one flat area that he keeps finding these tracks.
Maybe it was walking faster or just slow run or something, or I don't know. But sort of like me,
you can never tell until you see it happen.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
And even with tangible evidence that we get, people still say that's not right. That's BS and the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, a lot of them do, but if you've been Bigfoot for years and you've kept your integrity and you're not hoaxing, you're real dedicated, boots on the ground, people's pretty much gonna in the circle, the real Bigfooters are gonna know the real Bigfooters.
Yes.
Like Johnny Tucker, he's a real Bigfooter.
Let me tell you, I was wearing his shirt the other day.
Oh, was you?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
Medoc Bigfoot. And I go, what is Medoc? He goes, that's the mountain area that I investigate. Oh, okay. I always wondered what the hell that meant. Yeah, Johnny, he's definitely boots on the ground. Whenever he gets a chance, he's not working the railroad. He's out there.
Yeah, we're talking about getting together this summer. Me going to North Carolina, meeting up with him. But if Johnny puts a story out or a picture, it's just like me seeing it. I totally trust him.
Mm-hmm.
David, Taters, people like that. It's got integrity. It's like I was there. If they tell a story, just like you, Bill, if you tell a story of something happened, I don't need to be there to believe you. It's just that's that circle of integrity that we.
And that's like when I go to these different events and I'm doing a presentation, I tell them straight out, I'm going to be honest with you. And I'm not going to BS you. I'm going to tell you, yes, it's this, or no, it's that, or because unless I see it do it,
Mm-hmm.
I can't say it actually did it.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's like tree structures. Amy, yes. Actually, a good friend of mine, Jack Warren, has a picture of one,
Mm-hmm.
and you can tell it's one.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and which flipped him out. It totally flipped him out that he got that picture. And that's another researcher I trust 110%.
Yeah, I've been out with Jack a couple of times, and
Mountain
Matt,
goat.
listening, I'm ready to get out with you again. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
a real good guy. I
Yep.
respect him a lot.
I call him mountain goat.
Mountain goat.
But yeah, it's very interesting with that. Uh, Another good friend, Jay Fouch from Conshohocken.
Yeah, I've been out
Uh,
with Jack too several
yeah,
times.
that's another one. He puts up pictures that you cannot tell what the hell it is. You
Mhm.
can guess, but he's taking these pictures at 300 yards. And then he got some pictures that will blow your damn mind.
I've seen some of them. Yeah,
Did you see the one with that Bigfoot up on that roof of that building? Did you see that picture?
I can't remember. I know the one that stuck out was the one looking in the kitchen window.
Yes.
That really was creepy. I
Uh,
mean, it
but
really freaked me out.
the one up on the building, it was a big one, and you knew it was a Bigfoot.
Mm.
Yeah. And he posts everything. He don't care if it's a lousy picture or a good picture.
Mm.
He says, I ain't doing it to impress anybody. I'm doing it for me. This is my record of it.
Yeah,
He says, anything happens to my film, this is it.
yeah.
And I respect him wholeheartedly too. That's another one I totally respect.
Mhm.
He has more integrity than most out there
Yeah,
for researchers.
yeah, integrity is key because
Yeah.
you get in the wrong group, and that's a lot of Bigfooters, especially new into Bigfooting. They get with the wrong people, and everything's a Bigfoot. Every noise is a wood duck or a Bigfoot. Pretty,
I found that.
and pretty soon, it's just other people see that, and it's like a comic circle. It's just
Yep.
you got to rule out everything but a Bigfoot. So
Um, you know, be a skeptic when you're trying to figure things out. Be a skeptic. Don't be a total believer.
exactly.
And always keep an open damn mind.
Yeah, yeah, 100% on that.
All right, I'm going to say this, and that might tick a couple people off, and I really don't give a flying you know what on this one. You got three different groups of Bigfooters.
Okay.
You got the flesh and blood. You got the interdimensional,
Yeah.
and you got the extraterrestrial group.
Okay.
I don't care what group you belong to. I really don't. But there's so much inner fighting amongst these groups.
Mhm.
I don't care. Keep an open mind. What I saw, God bless you, Fred Saluga, because I said it wrong during one presentation. He corrected me real quick. What I saw, and I still presume it was flesh and blood.
Mhm.
And when I said what I saw was flesh and blood, he goes,
Yeah.
oh, I did something wrong. He raised his hand. And if you know Fred, he's very blunt.
Mhm.
And he goes, how do you know? What? How do you know it's flesh and blood?
Mhm.
And I went, I get your point. I get your point. What I saw, I presume, was flesh and blood.
Mm-hmm.
When it went down over the hill and disappeared from us, I didn't see it jump through a portal. I didn't see, beam me up, Scotty. I didn't see that. So I don't know. I don't know what they are. I still presume they're flesh and blood.
Yeah, I'm the same way. And a lot of our research, like orbs, I had a hard time with the orbs until, and I didn't discredit anybody on their stories because a lot of reputable people said they seen an orb while having Bigfoot activity. I didn't dismiss it, but that wasn't my area of research, the paranormal. But that one night in a certain place, we had my son-in-law was with me, Tony, and he was at college for 6 years. He's hunting all his life, and he went out with me one night. We set up a bait trap along the trail there, well, just off the trail, and he had to go to the bathroom, and he went in front of the car, went down the road, and it's pitch dark, and he come back and said, "Shane, I just seen an orb." And I said, "Where did you see that?" He said, "Just off the road here." He said, "Maybe 20 feet. He said it was green, about as big as a basketball. It hovered and just disappeared. And I said, "Really?" So I believed him. It was, like I said, he's my son-in-law. He wouldn't make that up. He's just telling the story of what he saw. Well, that same night we had something. What Tony actually wrote up the story. I had him write it up. That way everybody's got a different perspective of what happened. And we both was sitting there. Something ran into that bait trap. It sounded like it was moving, busting the brush out of the way, the small saplings. And I mean, he was about ready to jump on my lap, and I was about ready to jump on his lap. So we know it wasn't a deer, and you could actually, like he said it was like a horse coming in, just the weight of it from it running into it. And both of our hairs was up on our neck, and I'm grabbing the thermal, trying to, catch something to come in. But like I said, it happened so quick. So with that incident, it got me more towards was that a coincidence, or was that something repeatable that, we go back to the same spot that exact same day next year? Is the orb going to show up? And Jessica did some study on orbs, and what did you come up with? That it was like a methane gas?
Yeah, like that. What other reason would there be a ball of green lighting up and like a gas leak or something?
And
Natural gas lines.
yeah,
Natural gas line. They got vents.
Yeah.
Okay. This gentleman up in New York, I ain't gonna mention his name. He's a Bigfoot researcher, and he says he gets hundreds and hundreds of orbs every night in his research area in the one spot.
Mm-hmm.
We get there, and it's getting dark, and you start seeing these orbs coming up and floating on down the hillside.
Really?
Yeah, I mean hundreds. I'm like, this ain't right. Now, me and Jay Fouch saw 3 orbs there at Salt Fork. So, and these ain't the same things. These are not acting the same way.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and the next day, we're traveling on the backside from where we were at, and there's this gas line going through there. That's, all the brush and everything's gone. I told him to stop. He stopped the truck. I go, "Is this the backside of where we were at last night?" He says, "Yeah." I got out. I went, "Natural gas smell." And I walked over the edge of the road and looked down. There was a pressure release valve there.
Oh, that explains it then.
That's for those ones.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the ones me and Jay saw at Salt Fork, no. They were just moving along, just turning slowly. They were white. There was 3 of them. And you could see them actually hitting the tree and going through the trees, even though they were a distance from us. You could tell they didn't go around the tree.
They went through the tree.
They went through the tree.
Wow.
And Dave says there's these orbs was across the Patterson there at Salt Fork.
Oh, okay.
Uh, from the camp. We're looking straight across, not toward the road, toward 22, straight across the road into the woods. So they weren't cars. And they was just cruising along real slow, turning. We watched them for a while. They were crazy. Yeah, it was just totally crazy. And right before that, we heard a whoop.
Oh, okay. I like
that way.
Yeah, you got the connection with the orbs and big. Yeah.
Yeah.
I looked it up, and there's no other animal in Ohio that can make a whoop sound. Like when we hear the whoop, there's nothing else in Ohio. It's just, it points at a Bigfoot.
Hey, Mark Eddie's out there. I hope the holidays was good for you, buddy. But yeah, the thing is, there is a correlation, but it's not all about Bigfoot either with these orbs.
Mm-hmm.
There's something else putting them off. Not
Really?
just, because at the one cemetery, me and my wife and daughter used to walk. We walked it at night because, of course, no one's around. And it was easy to walk. We're not disturbing anyone visiting their loved ones or whatever. We're going up this one backside road of it. They're all paved roads through this cemetery. It's a huge ass cemetery. No lights in that area. It's really pitch black. My wife goes, "What's that light up there?" I'm looking because I was looking around everywhere, and then I looked up there. I went, "Oh, that's a light inside that mausoleum." Oh, okay. And I just stopped, and the hair on the back of my neck stood up. And she goes, "What's wrong?" There's no windows in that mausoleum, and there's no electric to that mausoleum.
Oh, wow.
I said, "I'm not." And I turned and looked. My wife and daughter and the two grandkids that was walking with us were going back.
I get it.
And I'm like, "Nah, this ain't right." So I turned around and I left with them. I said, "I ain't being left alone here by myself."
No.
So, it's not just Bigfoot with these orbs. As my friend Brian Seach says, light anomalies.
Yeah.
And he's doing a research on that.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
That is. So I don't know. These light orbs, they come in different colors too.
Yeah, like the green one. He had said.
Green, orange, white. Johnny feels they're all tied together. Somewhat, Johnny. Somewhat.
Mm-hmm.
Is the Bigfoot projecting them out so they can see ahead of themselves? I don't know.
No.
All right. Now, we know about infrasound.
Yeah.
I really know about it. I got nailed twice with it. That's the only explanation. I got nailed twice. Not the same day either.
Mm-hmm.
Amy goes, "I believe in orbs of the dead people. There was orbs near the tree that the people were in at Kokoski Lake. And I saw orbs at an old abandoned cabin in Kentucky. They are small white orbs."
Oh, really?
And Tracker says stay away from the blue ones.
The blue ones. What's the reasoning for that?
Yeah, I was trying to think about that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tracker. What's the reasoning behind that one? That would be an interesting theory there.
Hmm.
Amy,
Yeah.
I do believe in the light spheres of the dead. I do believe in that. I don't call them orbs. They're the light spheres of the dead.
Yeah, that's what Jay had looked up too. That the orbs were possible spirit of the dead. So
Yeah.
that sort of coincides with what you've seen at the graveyard cemetery.
Yes.
So
Yes. And I do believe that was.
yeah, well, yeah. What else could it be, really? Right?
Yeah. Yeah. It's very interesting though. And I'm studying too much stuff, and I get sidetracked studying the orbs to the cryptids to the paranormal to the UFOs. You know,
Yeah.
I, I got to have a couple more of me to help doing more studying.
Yeah. Knowledge is power. So yeah,
Yeah.
the more studying you can do, the more information you'll know to pass on to somebody else. So
He says the blue ones try to lead you out to flow them, help them flow. Take your energy then.
so it's like a
Demon.
yeah, an evil entity then in the blue ones.
Yeah.
Never heard that. Do you have any idea what the green ones mean?
Means
Or
go.
red means stop, right?
Thanks, Carla. Yeah, good night.
Yeah, that'd be interesting if other people would comment of, if they've seen a green orb, what happened that night. Was it a Bigfoot? You think it was or seen a UFO, or that way we could maybe determine what color orbs and what's happening, with them.
Yeah, blue means caution.
Caution for the blue.
That's what Amy's saying. All right, Amy, tell me how you come up with that one. I'd like to know, seriously. I'm not being a smartass. No, neutral. Okay, I'm getting confused here.
You didn't spike it, did you?
All right, Dave. Tracker, you're in trouble with me because that's going to be part of our podcast, brother, when we do it in February. Yeah, because Tracker got us a lot of info. He's been doing enough research.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yes, they're trying to take the flow from you. Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah.
There ain't a doubt in my mind.
Wonder if there's any dogman reports with the blue orbs.
I've taken one dogman report.
Mm-hmm.
Jamie King took a few. My buddy Sparky took a few. All in this area.
Really?
One, if you travel the river, is about 1.25 miles apart, south from each other. From the one I took to the one Jamie took, but the one Jamie took was a few years before. Jamie took them A few miles up the river, there was a couple dog man reports. Out toward the northeast Mercer County, or no, northwest Mercer County. It's northwest Mercer County that Sparky took a few. So I have not heard of any orbs with these reports.
Nothing so far.
So I don't know.
So you're saying that the dogman reports there was in a concentrated area in around Mercer County, or was it scattered throughout?
Scattered. Definitely scattered. That's now I heard from other people's reports, I hear that they're telepathic.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think you're friends with the one that does all the Dogman podcasts and research. He's a Eastern United States leader of the Dogman group.
Mm-hmm.
He's the one to ask.
Okay.
I can't think of his name off the top of my head, and he's going to be mad at me for that. Me and him talked a lot. I don't know. And I know I don't want to cross one. No.
I wouldn't mind keeping one at a distance, but during the daylight.
When I'm in that armored car, yes. But then you hear how they'll attack you as soon as they see you. I've read reports where they looked at the people and kept going. The report I took, they came up from the river, started crossing the trail because the young man was headed to go to his fishing hole up the trail there.
Mm-hmm.
And they came up out of the river, through the brush, up out of the river, looked over at them, and it just looked at them and then cut on into the woods across the trail, which is a very narrow set of woods because you got the Fredonia yards, railroad yards right there.
Oh, wow.
So it had to be traveling up and down those woods. And I mean, narrow, I'm going to say like 50 feet, 75 feet wide, but it goes a long ways, you know. So
something that really stood out, Bill, what you just said about the railroad tracks. One report I took up north in around Wellington, Ohio. I showed up at the people's house, and their house was literally one house. Their house was right beside the railroad tracks, and that's where they had the multiple dogman sightings along right in their backyard, which was a big backyard, right along the tree line there. Then there was the railroad tracks. So very credible people that I took the report from, and husband and no, I don't think they're married.
yeah. You know that, and travel the river too. Of course, the railroad runs along the river too.
Oh, okay.
And we're on the north side of Sharon, which is, as a bird fly, less than a half mile from my house. Would I want to confront a Bigfoot, not a dog man? They are different in ways. Yeah, I don't want to face off on a dog man. And
no,
I really don't want to be confronting a Bigfoot.
No, not at 15, 20 feet away. No.
Tracker, my sighting was 15 foot away from this one, the Bigfoot I saw. And no, and I thought I was dead meat.
I bet
Uh,
so.
and my heart still palpitates over that. I'm going on 5 years now. I was 62 and I'm 67 end of this month.
Wow.
So, yeah, I'm getting old. Don't say it. But, it would be 5 years this August. I don't want to confront either one. I really don't.
No, not a close fit with me either.
I'm just thankful the Bigfoot I saw was not aggressive.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyhow, it's 8:31. I got to get out of here. Shane, we're going to have to do this again.
All right. Yeah,
We got to have to make plans to do it again.
that sounds great.
And,
Well, we got
Well-
a bunch of topics that we can cover. So,
yeah. Oh, we got a lot more to cover too.
yeah.
Let me bring this back. Folks, this coming Wednesday, back on schedule, the 14th, I'm going to have, excuse me, from North Carolina. No, it's not Johnny Tucker. Yeah, you're right, Tracker. I'm not going to deny that because number one, yes, I was looking for this thing. Number two, did I think I was going to see one at 15 feet? Hell no. And you're right. I did have the fear in me. So, yes. Am I going to act the same way when I see it another one? I don't know. Is it that close? Maybe, and maybe so. Or maybe I'll be more relaxed. I don't know. But anyhow, let me get back to this list. The 14th, I'm going to have John Fuquay. I think that's how I'm saying it. I'm going to have him pronounce his own name. Hey, thanks, Johnny in Virginia. Then on the 17th, I'm going to be on Dave Bruce's podcast. I'm not doing the podcast. He's doing it. The 21st, I'm going to have Brian Fuller from the East Coast. He does Bigfoot and paranormal. And then on the 28th, I'm going to have Christine Bloom. She's a psychic medium. She is awesome. Yeah, she really is. She's a good friend. She's awesome. She's from the Wisconsin area. Then on the 31st, you guys heard me speak of Fred Saluga. I will go out with you, Tracker. I'll definitely go out with you. We're doing like a small get-together memorial type deal for anyone that wants to come to Ryder's Restaurant in New Wilmington, PA. It's just outside the Mercer County line. It's in the Lawrence County, Newcastle area. It's New Wilmington, Pennsylvania, on Route 18 at 3 o'clock on the 31st. Everybody's welcome to come. If you want to even talk about stuff about Fred, you can. Mary Fabian and I are putting it on. Fred was a researcher 50 plus years. He passed away December 3rd. His health couldn't beat his ass, but cancer finally did. And I had to take him to where I had my sighting at, and there was a 4-foot round tree laying across the trail. he's walking with a cane. We had to help him over that tree so he get right up to the tree where I had my sighting and look and check everything out and look around and help him get out of the brush area there and start headed back to that big log laying across the trail. And he goes, "That's one hell of a sighting you had, Bill." Yeah. Yeah. And me and him talked at least twice a week. Yeah. And not just about Bigfoot or paranormal or UFOs. We talked everything. He was a hell of a mentor. So anyone and everyone's welcome to come to talk about Fred. He meant the world to me. He really did. And he was the type of person. I don't know if you met him, Shane, at the camp out the one time.
No, I don't recall me.
Okay. He was something popped in his brain. He went straight out of his mouth with no filter. That type of person.
Yeah.
And very blunt, but very honest. His feelings and his beliefs, the whole 9 yards. So, and he doesn't condemn you for your belief in what you think it is. That type of person, and so he is deeply missed. He is. And people from all over the United States sent word after Fred died, some great words about him, and that, and not just the United States, Canada too.
Wow.
And that says a lot to me about that man. But anyhow, thank you, Justin, Shane. I appreciate you guys being here.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, Bill.
And
one last thought, Bill, real quick. Jay,
you're going to have me thinking, huh?
Jay's got some tips how to tiptoe through the swamps.
Smack him.
Through the swamp and Shane stops. Don't stop. Just keep walking because you're going to sink.
Past Renee's eyes.
Stuck. There was getting out. If I was by myself, I'd be stuck.
Oh, way to go, Shane. Trying to get her stuck out in the swamp.
Right.
Early. We ain't going there. I'm shutting the hell up for a change. Jess, you're going to get me in trouble. It's your fault. But, hey, you guys hang tight. Don't take off. Everyone out there, thank you. Thank you very much. I will talk to you all again soon.
Absolutely.
This has been the Agents of the Unexplained Paranormal Podcast. Please like, follow, and share on all social media. And remember, the truth is out there.
Bill Rigby leads the way into the strange.